Canon released the R5 back in July of 2020 with great fanfare, although there were some clouds over the camera due to overheating. But Canon effectively leapfrogged the competition. Then in May 2023, Nikon took a shot at Canon, their R5, with the Nikon Z8, matching its capabilities and going further, taking the crown from Canon. With the announcement of the R5 Mark II in July, has Canon finally taken the lead back in image quality? But before we get to the details, please subscribe to this channel. It doesn't cost you anything, helps this channel grow, and keeps you up to date on the latest camera coverage. Well, Weibo user E8M8888 posted the image quality for the Canon EOS R5 II compared to the Nikon Z8. Both cameras come with a 45 megapixel stacked full-frame sensor. When shooting with the electronic shutter, E8M8888 says that the R5 II is slightly better at ISO 12,800, but otherwise, the image quality between the two is identical. However, when shooting mechanical, under extreme situations, underexposed 5 EV brightening plus 100 in the shadows, the color noise is a little bit less than the electronic shutter. So the Nikon Z8 is the better of the two cameras in terms of image quality, correct? No, not really. If you actually pay attention to what E8M8888 said, at least if you can read Mandarin, what you'd find out is that in certain circumstances, in certain situations, in certain settings, the R5 Mark II is better than the Nikon Z8 and vice versa, but otherwise, both cameras, when it comes to image quality, despite being separated by a year, are pretty much identical. With the Canon EOS R5 II being announced just a couple of weeks ago, many would expect it to be better than the Nikon Z8. Are you one of those people? Are you a Nikon customer coming to this video expecting to hear that the R5 Mark II is better or that the Nikon Z8 would be better? Do you feel a little bit less happy about your camera to find out that it's no better, no worse than the competition? To me personally, I don't really see it that way. I see both cameras as terrific cameras. And really, when it comes to the segment where you get 45 megapixels, 8K video up to 60 frames per second, and everything else in between, there really aren't any other cameras on the market that approach the level of capabilities that these two cameras offer. They're almost like cousins, aren't they? I think if you own the Nikon Z8, you're looking at the R5 Mark II and saying, great, it's a good camera, so is the Z8. I don't feel the need to hurry up and replace my camera with the Nikon Z8 Mark II when it comes out. And as a Canon EOS R5 Mark II, well, purchaser, I don't own it yet. I don't look at the camera in any less of a regard. And now I could have gone to the Z8 because it offers some better capabilities, but with my lens inventory, it didn't make sense. I'm just happy that I get capabilities that I really was looking forward to in a new camera. And that's exciting. But now it's time to take a look at another story related to lenses, and this is focused on Canon. We have a bunch of new lenses coming out, and we had talked about these previously on this channel. Now, Canon Rumors has given us an update stating that the 24mm, again, this is an RF lens, obviously, 24mm f1.4L VCM and the 50mm f1.4L VCM are now scheduled to be announced late in September. But I hear crickets chirping, and I know what you're thinking. And Ryan, I know what you're thinking too. That 200 to 500mm f4, remember that? Canon Rumors told us about that back in, I think it was late, at least the second half of 2023. And we kept hearing that most likely that lens would be announced sometime around with the Canon EOS R1. And the Canon EOS R1, it got delayed. We finally got the announcement on July the 17th, along with the R5 Mark II. What a big announcement day. New grips, new batteries, and a new hot shoe cover. But no mentions of any new lenses. So we have two L series lenses, and hopefully though the 24mm and the 50mm don't make as much noise as the 35mm. Is it 35? Yes, it was the 35mm that was recently announced. Hopefully it's a little bit better in terms of the noise, but we've heard nothing since about the 200 to 500mm. Nothing on Canon Rumors. We've heard nothing from our sources. Doesn't mean it isn't coming. I think we're going to start to see a lot more lenses coming out. It's been a little bit quiet here in 2024, but September and October are just around the corner. So there's 2 lenses that we're hearing about an update on, and we may have many, many more. One thing you might also want to pay attention to, I just got a text a little while ago from Downtown Camera telling me that a 24-70 is in, and it's got a really good low price. But I decided to hold off on that one because for video work, it just makes too much noise. So I'm waiting to see what else comes out. I'm looking to pick up an old version of the EF 50mm f1.2. But if you are looking at purchasing lenses, there's an awful lot of sales on right now, and other deals of the week. Well, the Canon EOS R5, the Mark I, it's on sale, $400 off, $29.99. If you find the R5 Mark II a little bit expensive at $42.99, you're saving yourself about $1,300, sometimes $1,400. And of course, the Nikon Z8, it's $200 off. So some really good prices there. And if you do purchase these using my links down below, these guys right here, or if you use my pre-order links, and by the way, there's a ton of deals on right now for both Nikon as well as Canon. Some from Sony, like the A7R5, but the A7S III isn't on sale. And Panasonic, well, I got a video coming out on Friday, and we're going to talk about that. They basically haven't had any cameras on sale for the past couple of months. Well, that's a half-truth. When it comes to the S1, the S1R, and the S1H, they've been on special order for months now. So we're going to talk about that on Friday. But if you do use those links, I get a commission, a small commission back, anywhere of 2 to 12%, not 2 to 12, 2 to 8% back. And one of the benefits of that is you help this channel without spending anything on me. You find a great deal on a camera body or a lens. You don't have to put in any codes or fill out any forms. You just click on the link. It takes you directly to Adorama, bnature, Amazon.com. You get a great product at a great price, and I get a small commission back. I mean, it's really the best of both worlds. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video. It's very much appreciated. Have yourself a great day, a great rest of your week. We're less than 2 weeks away from getting the Canon EOS R5 Mark II. And of course, I think we're going to see some other announcements coming this fall. That's it for now. Cheers. Bye-bye. We'll see you again soon. Well, this has to be the first time I've ever apologized for anything. Earlier this morning, I published a video, and it wasn't the video I intended to publish. It's actually the one you've already watched. I guess it just happens to be one of those times where I'm exhausted from everything. I didn't properly realize what was going on. I had shot 2 projects. One was ready to go, the one that you've already watched, and another one that I had yet to edit. Well, when I go to export, you have to select the right project and then send to compressor, and then it goes out the door. And I didn't see that. I was selected the wrong one. I uploaded, did everything, worked great. I should have known because it exported way too quickly that it was the wrong video. So what ended up happening? Well, the complete unedited video went out there. And it's kind of embarrassing from a quality point of view because I put a lot of effort in each of these videos, and if you've seen the rough video unedited, well, you'll understand. You get to see it without, I think the only thing I had applied was the color correction, the color presets, and maybe even the audio, but as far as everything else, it was terrible. There was a few F-bombs in there because, you have to retake and do it a few times, and that's just the nature of what goes on behind the scenes. But still, one thing I pride myself in doing with this channel is making sure every piece of video or every content I put out there is G-rated, and the reason for that is I can see from my demographics from 18 all the way up to 65 plus, as YouTube calls it. It's just, it's a wide range of people. And if you're watching this video while you're having dinner, breakfast, or lunch, and you got your family around, I want you to be able to enjoy and not have to worry about me saying anything offensive, political, any of those topics that can just get us all worked up. Because when we talk about cameras, when I do my videos, I want us to just focus on cameras. I want to tell you about what's going on, why it's important, and the end result. And I kind of missed the boat on this one. So yeah, I do apologize. This was the video that was intended to come out this morning, not the one you saw. And the one you saw, unedited, if you saw it, well, that's coming out tomorrow. So my apologies. It's just one of those things that happen. And I saw some of the comments too, and that's what kind of been, oh no, what have I done? Thank you for all the support for those of you that did support me, and I appreciate that. I did lose a few subscribers, but again, my apologies. Mistakes happen, but lesson learned. Maybe what I need to do, no matter how tired I am, after I export a video, review it. I mean, I reviewed it before I exported it, but it's just one of those things when you're... Anyhow, my apologies. Have yourself a great day, a great week, well, a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon.